Sup blokes, Francis here with Kent from Lead Us Forth.
Hello, how's it going?
Good man, good. Give us a bit of an intro about who you are personally and what Lead Us Forth is.
Okay, so my name's Kent Hartman. I am the vocalist in Lead Us Forth. And Lead Us Forth is, well, it started out as I guess you could say a metalcore band.
Yeah.
And as time has gone on, we're just incorporating more progressive elements. Like all of us within the band, we get quite a kick out of proggy music, and so we're just injecting more of that. So I guess you could say we're now kind of like a progressive metal band or something, progressive metalcore.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how did Lead Us Forth start out and develop to where it is now?
Okay, so Lead Us Forth started in 2010 when our lead guitarist and I met at performing arts school.
Okay.
He was doing a guitar major and I was doing a vocal major. Well, apparently I was good enough to get in. Yeah. And we met on the first day and found out that some of our favorite bands were like Killswitch Engage and Trivium at the time, and the rest was history. Like we also then found out we were staying in rooms next to each other in the same dorm. Yeah. And so literally we went home that first day and started writing our first song. Like we just started. Yeah. And I mean, for 2010, the remainder of that year was pretty much just jamming with different people, slowly chipping away at songs. And then early 2011, we got like a full 5-piece lineup and just finished writing enough to start playing shows. And the rest is history. Late 2011, we had our act together and did our first gig. So I think it was October, if I remember. And I think it was with Plea for Purging.
Oh, jeez.
And Saving Grace or something like that. Maybe that was our second show.
That's a pretty big start.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Did that answer all the question?
Yeah, it did. So where do you guys get your sort of musical influences from as a band and individually?
Awesome question. So, yeah, kind of probably coming back to what I said before, we started out quite metalcore. So obviously the likes of the big hitters, Killswitch Engage, Trivium, stuff like that. Metalcore that incorporated both clean vocals and just harsh vocals. As I Lay Dying, probably another really good one. And for me personally, a big inspiration has always been Demon Hunter. Just that dude's an amazing vocalist, and I like it that like when he sings, it's not like he's being like, he's got like a real solid voice. And then probably as time has gone on, because we're leaning in more of the progressive direction, the likes of, for me personally, Periphery just blows my mind. They're literally my favorite band. Meshuggah is another one for me. And for the other guys in the band, like Tesseract as well, Animals as Leaders for us. So probably a lot of the more progressive-y bands.
Almost genty style as well.
Yeah. Don't like that term, but I mean it is what it is, isn't it? So a lot of that stuff. Red Seas Fire stuff like that. There's some good stuff out there. Just stuff that we like has quite a different variety within their music, I suppose. So that's, I suppose, where we as a whole.
Real technical.
But then there's like our drummer as well, who like he's a jazz drummer. And so he's just amazing like that. And a bit of variety.
And what influences you lyrically?
So I guess my experiences are really, really big influence. My faith is very important to me as well. Like, I mean, that's central. I endeavor to have that central to every aspect of my life. So naturally that then is going to influence my music and what I write about. So I guess my experiences spiritually, and then also I write a lot of my lyrics quite reflectively as well. So stuff that I've dealt with in the past, struggles, issues, but then also looking around at the world, what I see around me, and then I guess the hope and that I found in my faith, and how that then can actually interact with not only me but those around me, or issues within society, and things I see like that are dark and hopeless. And I guess for me, something that I desire to really bring through my lyrics is encouragement, is hope, and what that look, however that looks.
Like finding hope in a hopeless situation. Kind of thing.
Definitely. Because I mean, and it's cool to be able to do that, because like I think, I mean, it's changing. There's a lot of posi-core and a lot of, you know, positive stuff out there, but I mean, still heavy music, primarily metal, I would say, gets quite a bad rap for being like, always being about real dark and stuff. And like a lot of the stuff I write may start in a dark place, but then it always points to something better. And
No, that's good.
Yeah,
it's nice. So what is it that you enjoy most about being a musician and being in a band? Is it like the live performance, creative process, or connection that you get with your fans?
I guess it would be a combination of all of those. Something that wasn't mentioned there, which I really appreciate, is I guess like brotherhood. You know, like you're in a band. You get and like for me, they just happen to be close friends as well. And so, you know, the experiences that you share creating music that all of you are stoked on, and then being able to like play that for people, that's pretty cool. And so, and then aspects of the writing process and listening to what the guys come up with, and then like we bounce ideas off each other, and that's pretty cool. And then meeting people, just meeting people is just amazing. Like, I mean, playing music is a great way to meet people when they come out to your shows, or you go to shows to see other bands. And just hanging out. I mean, that's really cool. I love that as well. Nice.
I like that your band is like a brotherhood. Kind of thing. That's really cool.
I've always appreciated and valued that. I mean, because it sounds weird saying this, but like when you're when it's kind of like a marriage, you know, in some sense. You're like committed to a cause, and like you're all putting into this thing. And in that situation, there's going to be disagreements. There's going to be things that annoy you, but working through that and still enjoying not only the thing that you're contributing to, but also each other's company is really important. And so it is kind of like that in a sense. So, brings out the best and the worst, and it has the capability to do so, I suppose. So,
now, as a band in an area of music that doesn't get a lot of radio play, how do you go about getting your music out to that wider audience?
It's an interesting one. It often amuses me. Like in this day and age, it's never been easier to get your music out there for people to listen to, but it's never been. I don't think it's ever been more difficult to get recognition. So I mean, the internet has changed the way we listen to music completely. I mean, Google Play, Spotify, iTunes as well, Bandcamp even. So all these avenues, YouTube as well, like these are great avenues to get the music out. And especially when you're in a small country like New Zealand, who doesn't have, especially in the heavy music scene at the moment, doesn't have the biggest kind of following, I guess, or at least at shows. So being able to utilize the internet is something, and market it that way, I suppose, is really good.
So do you guys put quite a bit of effort into your online presence, like through Facebook and through Twitter and things like that?
I stay clear of the Twitter. I'm gonna confession, I don't even have a Twitter account. Don't even have an Instagram account, I don't think. I'm so old school. No. Through Facebook and just like we try and have a semi-consistent presence, but even in Facebook, it's getting kind of interesting trying to promote with like Facebook limiting views and you're having to pay and stuff. So as time goes on, we're just looking for different ways that we can do so. I guess the next couple of months, with what we've got in the works, the next couple of months are really going to be interesting in finding these and utilizing different avenues. So.
Sweet.
I need you more than anything.
So you guys released the Wayward EP back in 2013.
Yeah.
And you're currently working on a new full-length album.
Yep.
So how's that process going?
It's been good. It's been a huge learning curve, and it has gone a little bit. It's gone slower than we expected it would.
Yeah.
We learned so much from our mistakes that we as a band did with the EP, and so we're just going about it slightly differently. We've recorded all the music, well, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
And I'm over halfway demoing the vocals, so that's coming along slowly. But yeah, we're enjoying it, and we're excited. It's like a whole step up.
Yeah.
Like it really is. We've pushed the directions that we're trying to go in. The music's heavier. Like bands say this all the time in interviews. Oh, this is the most melodic and the most heavy thing we've ever written. Yeah, and I mean that's just so cliche, but like it's actually
true.
It's actually true. We've gone lower. We've gone heavier riffs, more clever riffs as well. Okay. And more melodic, both musically and vocally. So we're really trying to push
the boundaries of
yeah. And I mean, I think that's what we should be doing.
Yeah, so you don't want to get stagnant or anything like that. You want to keep turning over.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So on that, can you give us some details, like possible album titles, number of songs, any specific release dates or anything like that?
So we don't have a release date as of yet. We would. Don't want to give false hope, but we'd like to say within the next couple of months.
Yeah.
It's a 10-track. It's a 10-track album.
Yeah.
We were initially just going to do like another EP, but then we just had enough material, and it very, very smoothly just transitioned, I guess, into a full length, and so we're stoked on that.
Yeah.
In terms of album title, I don't want to say anything just yet.
Fair enough.
But hopefully we'll be announcing that soon, like real soon.
Yeah.
It is, while it's not a concept album as such, the album as a whole actually deals with similar themes throughout the songs, and it's really interesting. I actually never, from a lyrical perspective, I never actually intended it.
Okay.
But then, as I was writing, and I like to write from what is challenging me as a person, what I see within myself, what I see within the world, and so I guess as I was writing, I did realize that the songs loosely were kind of connected in what they were talking about, and I'm sure people will, I hope people see that when the album comes out. So, yeah.
Oh, nice. Where am I here? So what does it mean to you guys to release a full-length album as opposed to an EP?
It's definitely a big step.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I guess a stamp of like, we're serious about what we're doing. We're also taking our time because we're releasing a full length. We don't want to have filler, if at all possible.
Yeah.
We want as little or no filler, So we're definitely taking our time with that. And I had something else, but conveniently, it has just escaped my mind. It was a good thing too. But oh well. That's right. That's it. What was the question again?
It was, what does it mean to you guys to release a full length as opposed to just an EP?
Yeah. No, it's gone.
That's alright.
Time for water.
I've only got this one life to give, so I lay it down. And it's because of you. I wanna make it.
Has the process changed much between writing and recording your EP to writing and recording a new album?
Hugely.
Hugely?
So we, earlier I said we really learn from our mistakes.
Yeah.
And so this time we have prepared a lot better in terms of demoing music and spending time demoing vocals.
Like on the whole pre-production side of
it. Definitely. So we're really trying to push with that. Something that's last time we did with a really good friend of mine, and he's in another heavy band, and he was absolutely fantastic to work with. But if we had been better prepared, I think we could have given him better stuff to work with, and made his job easier. This time round, we've recently got a new bass player. Okay. And he is a genius. He's like knowledge from periphery. He can do everything. He plays rhythm guitar, he plays bass, and he's a producer, sound engineer. And so because of that, we're doing as much of the process in-house. Nice. And that has been really awesome because it means that we can take our time. Yeah. We don't have deadlines, essentially. We're still doing it quite DIY. Yeah. So but it's turning out so good. Yeah. Like a real step up in quality, and pretty much on every level, I hope, and I'm pretty sure fans or people who listen to it will be able to attest to that. So that's been probably the biggest difference. Doing it ourselves has given us a lot more time to focus on what we need to. Yeah. It's been awesome.
That's sick. Because it gets to a point where time becomes money with studio stuff as well.
Yeah.
So you've just got to really sort of almost rush it out.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're doing it DIY, you can really spend that extra day
and
or whatever, you know.
That's right. And it's kind of like in order to get, it sounds weird saying this, but in order to get the best finished product, we're like, in doing it DIY, we're actually getting our money's worth, because we're still spending money. Yeah. We're still putting our money where our mouth is, so to speak. And but we've just got more flexibility on our hands. Yeah. So hopefully it ends up with a semi-decent product.
Hopefully, yeah. So what can we expect in support of this release as far as shows, tours, or music videos and stuff like that?
We've got a few ideas. There's things we're discussing at the moment. We're talking about lyric videos. Nice. We'd like to do a music video at some stage, but the thing is with us, we want to make sure that we do it well. Yeah. Don't just want to throw something. No, I don't want to do another music. I don't think YouTube needs another music video with a band playing in a forest or like something like that. So we want to make sure that we do something, like a bit different if we do go down the route of a music video. And we're talking to several bands. Got great friends in a number of bands, and we're so keen to tour with them. Yeah. So we've got a few ideas, but it's real early days at this stage. There's nothing
drawing board.
Yeah, there's nothing set in stone at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's definitely going to be cool when we got this stuff out, and maybe an album release show, something like that.
No, what is it?